do is be the best. Grow old with your soul that can't nobody rest. Sleep on, I peaked on them times you got depressed. Lean on, I lean on you when it ain't nobody pressed.
What's up and welcome back to Premiere. I'm Ty, your host, and today we have a special guest in the building. Today we talking to TRINS3TTA. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm pretty good. It's so dope to have you in the studio today.
It's so dope to be here.
Yeah, so I've been listening to your music for like the past week, studying you. Your flow is crazy, man. But I definitely want to get into how did you start rapping? What like motivated you or to start rapping?
Well, it's a lot of things that I can go down the list of that motivated me and inspired me, but I'm definitely going to give my father that credit of inspiring me. Growing up, he definitely was a big influence on my life. He was in the music industry. He was in his own music group, Norfolk City Bandits. So, you know, actually growing up and being around that and having to sit in the studios as a child, 6-7 hours, bunch of nigga rap, you know, that actually weighed down on me, whether I want to admit it or not. So I'm going to definitely give him that credit.
Definitely. Would you say you kind of got some of your flow from him, like listening to him and studying his craft?
I don't know about that one. I got my own. I ain't getting that one. Nah, that's me right there. That's me right there.
Okay, cool. So how would you describe your flow then? Tell us.
I would describe my flow as definitely original and one of a kind. Like, when you hear me, you're not going to be able to say, oh, you sound like so-and-so or you sound like this. It's never going to be that. So I definitely would describe my flow as original. And, you know, I got bars, like.
Period.
With them Beretta, trendsetter. On a 9 to 5, I got the call, Sean hit with the metal. Stood tall, cause I know my younger was born a rebel. Several shots went fall, but it won't from the rebel.
You know, there's like pop rappers or like there's trap rappers. How would you, what would you classify yourself as?
Well, see, this year I've been basically trying to figure out my lane. But the content that you may have seen on like my YouTube page now is really trap. But I try to be versatile. What I got coming now is definitely not trap. I don't even know the genre for it, but I definitely wouldn't say pop either.
Yeah.
I would say more so. You can't describe it. You can't put it in a lane.
You can't.
I'm my own lane. I'm sorry. What do you want?
Facts. I like it. Okay. So tell me about your creative process. So when you about to sit down and make one of those banger songs like Billie G, because you know I love that song.
Okay.
Like tell me about like you sitting down. What type of things do you need? Like water or you know something. Like what is it like to create music with you?
So when in creating music, like I do anything else in life, everything needs a process and it needs to be thought through. I think of everything I do as a project, so every project gotta have this, that, and that for this. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So when it's to me, when it comes to just making a song, it's not just making a song. You gotta write it. And once we write it, we're gonna critique that writing. We're gonna put this right here, or this sounds better here.
Right.
Then we're gonna record it. You know what I'm saying? Once we record it, then you got all the other aspects, dropping it, advertising it, promoting it, merchandising it, all that. It's all a process with me. I don't just, you know what I'm saying, necessarily drop, because I want everything to have a meaning behind it. And the only way, to me, you can show a meaning behind something is if it come with a process behind it.
Right.
Yes.
So looking at some of your videos, I see that you incorporate your home neighborhood a lot.
Absolutely.
What influence did that have on your rapping abilities?
It had a big influence, positive and negative.
Right.
And the reason why I'm gonna say negative is because to me it's not negative. You know, that's what is original. It's my video scenes, nothing is made up. Nothing is, oh, I'm gonna cast this and we're gonna come out here. Everything is authentic. Authentic people, authentic everything. Live, like it's not everything is real. So I showed that in my music to show that I'm real. And when I get here, I want all my fans that are watching now to be able to go back to the root. You know what I'm saying? And be able to see, oh, this was real. She didn't just, you know what I'm saying, get people from out of state to come and we gonna act up. None of that. Everything I do is official. So I would say positively on that end, but also negatively because some people look at that as, you know, hood. And a lot of people don't like that, but I'm trying to show you that this is where I come from, and this is what I'm
Right.
gonna make it into.
Right. I actually think that it's authentic. I love the fact that it's authentic because it's real meaning behind it. You
Yes.
get what I'm saying? And so, like, we know that you're not rapping about something that you haven't been through. So in those
Absolutely.
bars, we can feel,
Yes.
like, you know, we can feel what you've been through and like what you continue to face. So
Yeah.
I absolutely applaud that. And we don't need another rapper who don't know nothing about
That's
that
what I'm
life.
saying.
Like, we got enough
I'm
of
trying to
that.
show them. This
Yeah.
real. I'm showing you. It's
Yeah.
one thing I can talk about it, but I'm showing you. If I got a real video in this part, in this hood, that's verification. That's a blue check
Right.
on my video.
Right.
So it's nothing pressing or checking. It's nothing that's gonna be applied to me because it's real.
Right.
It ain't fake.
It's not.
I ain't-
It's not. I lie.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. So, who would you say in the music industry kind of you look up to, or be like, yeah, if I need some type of like motivation or just a different look at things, I'm gonna go listen to this person. Who is that for you?
Well, like I said, it's numerous amount of people. So I wouldn't really necessarily feel comfortable.
Give me one, though.
Give you
I know
one.
it. Give me one. At
You
least
trying
one.
to trap me? Look, I know how these
give me
interviews
one.
go. Give you one.
Give me one. Just somebody that you really aspire or look up to.
One person.
Yeah. Top person.
Top person, Jay-Z, hands
Jay-Z.
down.
And why?
Because he, like what I'm trying to do, showed you aspects of one life, and when he got it, he took it and flipped it to another life, and then he mobilized it, and now he's a what? Billionaire.
Billionaire,
So I don't want to sit up here and name no person that really like small change, because I don't think small change.
Right.
I think when I get here, I want to be like that, or I want to have this amount of money, or I want to be able to do this and have incomes and own houses. And 444, he laid down a whole platform for you to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Why come out the hood, say you come out the hood and you still basically in the hood. You'll go drop 10, 20 bands on a whip or 10, 20 bands on a chain just to post up out the hood, instead of spending 10, 20 bands
Facts.
on the housing, on the equity.
Facts. And I don't think people give.
If your mama still live out there, you ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. What you doing?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And I definitely think people don't give like artists enough credit about that. I mean, with that, because being a musician or really like putting your music out, advertising and all that stuff, this is really a business.
Absolutely.
So you have to have some type of intellect to be able to do this or to be successful at it. Like you said, you got to worry about the lyrics, getting
Everything.
critiqued, going into the studio, laying it down, advertisement, promotion, all of these different things. What prepared you for this?
Prepared me for it. Well, at the end of the day, the route I took was the independent route.
Right.
And with that, there's no preparation. When you go, it's like going into something head first. Ain't nobody gonna really tell you. It's so many people that was looking at me as a dollar sign. Instead of teaching it to me, they were, we want to capitalize on you. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So I had to pick and choose at that moment, where exactly did I want to take my career? Did I want to go the independent route, or did I want to let somebody, what we call fronting?
Right.
And if you know what a front is,
Definitely.
Okay, so that means no matter how much you think you up, you still gotta, you owe somebody.
Right.
You in debt, you alone.
Right.
I'd rather take the shorter route on that. So honestly, I don't really think I was given any preparation, which I'm fine with, because the route I want to take, I want to be my own preparation.
Right.
Because this is my lane. It's different when you create a lane.
Right.
Can't nobody prep me for my lane. Who gonna prep me?
Nobody.
You can't prep me. You can coach me, prep. That's a formal prep, but it wasn't really any preparation in going into it. I just went in it head first. So I ain't really, it wasn't no preparation. I had to every video I dropped was a lesson learned.
Right.
Every song I made was a lesson learned.
Right.
And now it's like I know what to do and what not to do and how to carry it. Now let's do it again.
Right.
And with doing it again, it's gonna be the same thing. Lesson learned and what not to do and here and that. Everything is just a lesson learned, which I'm perfectly okay with.
Right.
I'm perfectly okay with that.
I could see.
Cut that question.
We got to talk about the music now. Like,
Yes.
Letter to My Mother. Tell us, what does that mean to you?
So, Letter to My Mother, for all my original fans out there, Letter to My Mother was the starting of my career. That was the starting point. That was the zero. I initially I had wrote this song. We were in a house, me and my mother, and right before my mother started going through her divorce, I was writing. I wrote like 4 pages of this song, but I had never rapped it, never went to a studio. And in the song, it basically portrayed how our life, like I prophesized how our life was gonna be. I manifested how our life was gonna be after the divorce. Before my mama even was going through a divorce, that was what it was, our life after the divorce. So once the divorce came, we actually became homeless. We lost our house, lost everything in storage. And we were living with my grandmother 2 streets down. We were living in Berkeley. My grandmother stayed like 2 blocks down.
Right.
So we were living with my grandmother, and Mother's Day was coming up. So I was outside with my homeboy, and I was like, look, I don't need you to do nothing for me. I don't ask you for nothing. I just need you to sit on your porch and record me rapping. And I played the beat, and I rapped off of Jay-Z and Nas. I rapped off Jay-Z Song Cry, Jay-Z Song Cry. Did it on the instrumental, posted it, woke up. I had about maybe 10 to 15,000 views. So I had school the next day. I go to school the next day. It's like I'm a celebrity in there. I'm like, wow. So once that video hit surface, it was like everybody was in demand for music. What are you gonna do now? What are you gonna do now?
Right.
So what you seen on YouTube, the letter to my mother, that's it on my own beat. It's not on somebody else's beat.
You produced that beat?
Yeah, I got it produced. Oh. Yeah, so it's just like I took it and I commercialized it and I gave it its own video from a regular video and me in some Nike shorts and a champion shirt, rapping on Facebook. Yeah, rapping on, you get what I'm saying? So I just basically capitalized that, but that's my #1 song. That's my starting point. That's my forever. That's the song right there.
Yeah, that's definitely that song for you.
Yes.
So we gotta wrap it up, but definitely tell them where they can find you at and what's next.
All right, look, so y'all can find me on Instagram at TrendXTTA. You can find me on YouTube at TrendSetter, all capital letters, and you can find me on Facebook at Trinity Prayer. I couldn't change my name to TrendSetter on Facebook because they blocked me or whatever. But look, they see them views, they like, oh nah. But look. So what's next is I got an album about to drop next year. I'm not gonna give it a specific date.
Okay.
But just be ready for it for maybe around the 1st of next year, because this whole year been working, and it's all original, all authentic. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, well, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank
It's truly
you.
an honor for you to be here.
Yes, sir.
And thank you all for watching. And make sure you tune in next week for our next episode. See y'all.
All right.